Okay. If you can see, we already discussed about the sharing settings. So in that, what we can achieve, even though they belongs to the same profile, but we can classify them based on rules. We can also do a manual share, or we can also share records using public groups. All this can be achieved by sharing settings. We have to make sharing settings to private or public read only. By default, it would be public read or write, but all you need to mention it should be public read or public write. Then the sharing settings will be come out in place. I mean, if I'm a user where I don't have a modify all permission from a profile level, if I don't have a permission called modify all in a profile level, then he will not able to edit or access the records which is not part of it. Let's say I created a record which is not yours. So you don't have a permission to see that record. It's my wish. If I want to share personally to Vivek, then I click a manual share button and then select to Vivek and share with a permission. You want to provide edit access or read access. The way you share your Google Drive to other persons, right? Yeah. So generally what you do, you select the folder and you share the link, either by link or by email you will share. And you will choose also permission. He is authorized to edit or authorized to read. That is manual sharing. So let's say I can't do for each and every record automated. Let's say I come up with a criteria saying that if the record meets this criteria, I need to show these and so people. If so people, how can I share together? All I need to add the group of users to a public group, and I need to check a criteria. Oh, is this record meeting this criteria? Then I need to share with that group with what permission. This is called sharing rules. So we can share two types, either by criteria or based on owner. Now we'll see an approval process. Approval process is something like if let's say, as a sales user, I'm just selling my product. I'm trying to give a discount of 75%. But actual discount is running is 2%. But because he is from his family member, he started saying that 75% is your discount. Is that a legal law? I mean, is that a genuine deal? No. Here, even if it is a personal or not personal, let's forget about it. So I need some control mechanism. If the record meets this much percentage, I need to start trigger to approval process to my manager saying that is this really a genuine deal or it is not.
So any changes made in the value of the field value, then approval process.
Yeah, based on criteria. It's not only field. Any of the criteria if you make, like a workforce you will do, right? Criteria. The same thing you can also initiate for an approval process. Approval process is a 4-step process. Approval process is a 4-step process. What are the 4 steps? Let's see. What are the 4 steps? First, what happens when you submit a record? First, submit. Next, approve. Reject. Is there any action that you will think you will be having?
Continue.
Whenever you submit your leave, whenever you submit your what and all options you will get? It contains. You can submit, your manager can approve, your manager can reject. Is there any other action that you can do?
Withdraw.
Withdraw, recall. So, approval process are 4-step process. If you approval process initiated, all 4 steps will be sequenced. Whenever you submit record, what happens to record? Will you be able to modify anything in that record?
No.
Lock. What happens to approve? Here, lock is an option. You can unlock the record or you can lock the record. Here, reject, lock or unlock is option. Recall, unlock by default. Because you are just reverting back, there is no point in locking. So, submit is a lock mandatory, recall is a unlock. The 2 steps of approve and reject are lock and unlock. If I submit, what and all I can able to do? Once I submit my record, what and all I can able to do? What are the workflow actions we have? Field update, new task,
Email alert.
New task, those things you can able to do here. Same as,
Here.
same as, and same as. So whatever workflow actions will follow the same. There is no new actions. Only the steps are classified.
Okay.
Whether workflow is an automated process or you need to initiate workflows. You don't want to initiate workflows because whenever the record meets criteria, workflow will fail, right? But approved process will not do that. Will never does that. Even criteria met, it will not submit. All you need to click a button called submit for approval.
Okay.
After doing everything, you will get a button saying that submit for approval. On click of this, then it will populate to, then it will submit to approval process. We'll see with the users of Vivek, there is a Vivek user who don't have a edit permission on which object? Contact information. And same way, he will be submitting a record. I will be implementing a approval process so that we can see it. We have two types of approval process. One step, multi-step. Let's say team lead, manager, project manager, admin, HR, finance. If he approves, then manager need to approve. If he approves, he need to approve. If he rejects, everything is rejected. If he rejects everything, what if directly CEO of company approves?
Everything approved.
Automatically. Irrespective whether he can ever have a chance, he can approve anyone from your base. But these people have no ability to approve other person, but these people can higher next level approver can able to approve for a previous approval also. Once he approves, the record will be approved. So let's see what fields we have in contact information. New sales. If I say the realized percent is 150, if I say the realized percent is 150, good. If I say,
Deepak, can you zoom? Deepak? 40 series.